Chris, where the hell are you? WrestleMania is about to start.
Bill, I'm in big trouble. I think I hit John Wick's dog with my car.
Oh. You know, that explains why he asked me to borrow a pencil.
Oh, God! Consequences. Oh, God!
Then that doesn't sound... Oh, it's starting.
Now.
Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching John Wick from 2014, starring Keanu Reeves, directed by Chad, insert last name here.
You weren't even going to try, were you?
I have no idea now. I was like, is it Stilensky or Stililsky? I have no idea. And we're too lazy to put it in a robot voice thing to like try to get the pronunciation.
It's not laziness so much as being opposed to robots.
That's true.
Damn Decepticons.
But anyway, so Bill, what did you think of the original John Wick that came out 11 years ago? Do you feel old?
A little.
Yeah.
Man, I still remember when I first heard about this movie. Because it was like, people like talked about it. It was like, yeah, Keanu Reeves, they kill his dog and he goes on a murderous rampage. And it sounds almost like a joke.
You know what's funny? I remember before the movie came out, this movie just being like, oh yeah, it's just like another Keanu Reeves like action schlock movie. It's probably going to be like terrible. I don't know if like this was like after he did like 47 Ronin.
It was after.
So like everybody's just like, yeah, Keanu Reeves, he just hasn't had a win since like The Matrix, I guess.
Yeah, he was at a low point at that right now. People hadn't re-fallen in love with it. This is kind of what helped people remember how much they loved Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Because, The Matrix was a long time ago at this point. People weren't exactly fans of his Constantine movie at the time, but it's got a bit of a following now.
Yeah, I like his Constantine. I almost said Keanu Teen.
Keanu Teen.
Keanu Teen, that's what he is.
That's the new name, James Gunn.
Yeah.
Keanu Teen.
But... yeah, John Wick, it was kind of like one of those movies that I remember seeing kind of like sort of interested just because I was like, like a little bit, but I wasn't going to go to the theater. But I was like, maybe I'll watch it when it comes out. But then like, started hearing stuff like, oh, this movie's awesome. Like, it's unbelievably cool. Like,
it's like, what's one of the coolest action movies ever? Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I remember like hearing like, oh yeah, it was like directed from like a former stunt like coordinator guy. So...
it's like the guy that was his stunt double in The Matrix.
Yeah. But yeah, what can you say about the original John Wick? Except it's awesome. And also, like, kind of surprising every time I see it. Because, like, I always forget Willem Dafoe was in it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, John Leguizamo.
Well, John Leguizamo is in number 2, I think, as well.
Yes, he is. And also that guy that got his dick cut off in Game of Thrones is in it.
I have no idea who that guy would be, because I don't watch Game of Thrones.
It's the guy that kills his dog. The one he's after the entire time.
Oh.
Him. He's a prick. He was a prick in Game of Thrones too, which is why initially it was very satisfying to see him lose his dick, but then he just kept getting tortured, and it just got kind of sad after a while.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Game of Thrones. So that's why that show is so popular, I guess.
Boobs and dragons, Chris. Boobs and dragons.
Okay.
It's a match made in heaven.
There you go. But yeah, original John Wick, it's extremely cool. It's like, I don't know, it's some of the greatest moments. Like, just like the whole setup is so good because like the movie begins so like slow and quiet.
Well, first we get that moment, we don't know where it is in the story, but it's after everything that actually happens of him like bleeding and broken and looking at the video of his wife before jumping back to him being just sad and depressed because she has just died, goes to the funeral, gets a package delivered. It's a puppy. It's an adorable puppy.
Yeah.
They really made sure to hammer that home.
Yeah, it's an adorable puppy named after a flower. And
it was a gift from his beloved wife. It's like, you're going to be alone. Here's something for you to love.
Yeah. Like, it's just kind of like a quiet movie at first. And then, like, gets interaction with like the kids at the gas station, and then like get the hint of like the kid says something to him in Russia, calls his dog like a bitch or something, and then like responds to him in Russian, and you're like, oh no.
And then they attack him, steal the car, and in the chaos, the dog gets killed.
incites everything. But man, I just love just the reactions because it's like, you don't know anything about John Wick in this movie, and then you just get hints of his reputation, like the Russian gangster, calls the John Leguizamo character Julio, and he's like, "Did you punch my son in the face?" And he's like, "Yes, sir, I did." It's like, "Why did you do this?" He stole John Wick's car.
And stole his car and killed his dog.
Yeah.
The color leaves that guy's face, and he's just so like that. At that moment, that man's like, "I'm gonna die, aren't I?"
Just so good when he's just like,
Oh.
it's just hangs up, and it's like, oh no.
He goes to explain to his son how badly he effed up. It's like, you don't understand who John Wick is. He's El Baba Yaga. It's like, what is he, the boogeyman? No, he's who you sent to kill the boogeyman.
Yeah.
He killed three guys with a pencil. A fucking pencil. Fucking love it.
So good. It's also so well crafted because this movie, at this point probably was just envisioned of I don't know this director, but it was almost like, this is my one and only chance probably to make a movie, so I'm just gonna make something so cool. But it had the setup of this larger world with these assassins and their gold doubloons that they pay for everything.
That's the interesting thing, because
Yeah.
there's a version of this that doesn't have any of that, but still probably works. But then you get this weird stuff with the Continental and Winston, and it's like, what is this? What's this about? This is kind of neat.
Yeah, you get this whole secret world, and this is before they even have John Wick 2 with the operators and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So,
the world just keeps escalating.
yeah. But the Continental is awesome. It's
And it's only in a little bit of this movie.
yeah, but we get the bar scene where get to meet Winston, and I don't know, it's so cool. It's so well crafted. It's so intriguing. It's man, this awesome secret world of assassins and stuff.
And it happens several times throughout the movie. We get people that are reacting to John Wick randomly, when he gets attacked in his house again, but this time he's prepared and he kills them all. And a cop comes responding to a noise complaint. He's like, "Oh, John, everything okay? You working again?" And the guy just leaves.
I love that interaction so much because it's not only he knows the cop, he's just like, "Hey Jimmy,"
Yeah.
and then he's like, "You working again?" And he's just taking care of some stuff, and he's just like, "Okay," where there's a dead body in the background.
So have a nice night.
Yeah, and then he makes the first call. He's just like, "I need a dinner reservation for 12," and then the cleaner comes and all those guys.
Yeah, we saw a younger version of that guy in that Continental miniseries.
Oh yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, he's played by that guy from The Mask.
From The Mask, the original Mask, or
Yeah, that played the bad guy in The Mask, played the younger version of that old guy.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, it's weird. Gotta watch The Mask again. I haven't seen it in such a long time.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
Deserves a better Blu-ray release. Sorry, that's an unrelated tangent.
but yeah, so intriguing and cool, and it's kind of insane where the Russian gangster is all like, "Hey John, we don't need to make this get violent." John's just completely silent on the phone.
Yeah, he just hangs up on him. He's like, "What do you say?" He said enough.
Yeah.
Enough for him to know. It's like, "I need you to get some guys." It's like, "How many guys do you need?" "How many do you know?"
I mean, it's weird that the Russian gangsters, I guess Lieutenant is the guy from those insurance commercials. That's the mayhem guy. Every time I see that guy, I'm like, "Hey, I know that guy. This guy from all those commercials."
There's a few hey, it's that guy in this movie. There was the one guy at the nightclub he doesn't kill because he knows him.
Oh yeah.
Played by Kevin Nash. Too
Yeah.
sweet.
I noticed that too. I was like, "Is that Kevin Nash?" And he's just like,
So you should take the night off. It's like, "Thank you, sir." And
Yeah.
just leaves.
sleeves. It's pretty good. But yeah, it's so cool. He has this reputation, and all these people know who he is.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. The nightclub scene is pretty cool.
It's probably the standout action scene, I think.
Yeah.
I've sold this movie and the subsequent sequels that were out at the time, there's so many now, to like several people by just showing them that scene. And it's like, and then there's like a bunch more movies and it's freaking awesome. You just got to get over the fact that you have to deal with a dead dog in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it's sad.
It is sad.
No one wants to see a puppy get killed.
But it's like perfect motivation.
Oh yeah, and it's not cliche either, because the cliche thing would be they kill his wife.
Yeah.
And which I've read that the screenwriter deliberately chose the dog to avoid the cliche of the family.
Yeah.
Or maybe was it the director? It was someone wanted to avoid the cliche, which it was smart because it also helped get this movie attention. Because I feel because of how ridiculous it sounds, helped the movie become a sleeper hit because people, you know, you got people who watch things that like ironically. It's like, oh, I'm gonna watch the movie where Keanu Reeves' dog gets killed. That'll be hilarious. And then they go and it's fucking John Wick, and they're like, holy shit, that was legit awesome. And then word spreads because you know, this first movie, it wasn't a big hit. It was a sleeper hit. It did okay.
It made like $83 million.
Like a nothing budget too. And you know, it probably did well enough in home video and stuff to warrant a sequel, which did even better. And the next one did even better. And the next one did even better. And now there's a spin-off movie. There's a prequel television miniseries. There's another TV series on the way. There's another spin-off movie. There's an animated prequel movie on the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's going to be a cartoon.
Yeah, and you know what that animated prequel is? They reference the event in this movie because they're going to show it now. When the Russian boss explains how John Wick got out of the life, he's like, I gave him an impossible task. The amount of bodies he put in the ground. It's that's going to be the movie.
Yeah, okay. They're like, this would be too expensive in live action.
I guess so. But also, he would have to be a lot younger.
That too. It's just like John Wick, and then like, there's just like a army coming over a hill.
And he's just like, too easy.
It's just like on a horse.
That comes later.
Yeah.
That's in like part 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Where he's riding a horse.
Yeah, it's such a good movie, and just at the time, it was like a complete shock. It's just like, what the hell just happened? Like, just like kind of complete unknown director, nobody knew, and you know, Keanu Reeves downswing on his career, and then
he got back on the upswing, and you know, the whole franchise came out. A new franchise, something new.
Yeah, it's insane because it's like it's a new franchise. I mean, not anymore, but like,
yeah, it's 9 years old.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it shows that hey, we can still build new things, guys.
Yeah, but yeah, 4 John Wick movies. I guess number 5 eventually.
Apparently, we thought he was dead, but nah.
Yeah.
Not when money's concerned.
It seemed like he was dead.
He was only mostly dead.
He's mostly dead.
I'm just saying. We didn't actually see him die.
That's true.
We saw him slump over. But hey, you know what? He was pretty badly hurt.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll just say this. Faking his death to making people think he was gone, not a bad way to go. But I don't know. Hopefully they have a good idea.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, some really cool action scenes planned out.
Yeah.
That's mostly what these movies are.
Yeah.
Interesting world, cool action scenes.
And great characters too. Like,
oh yeah.
Like in this movie too, like, you know, they don't get as much screen time, but like, you know, we've got Winston, we've got the maitre d' guy.
Yeah.
Which I always
R.I.P.
forget. Yeah. I always forget the actual character's name, but like
Sharon, something like that?
yeah. But
Yeah,
he's so good.
Yeah, he's only in a little bit of this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching it the first time. I was like, this guy's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he's cool.
Yeah, like he's just working the front desk, and like John Wick comes up, he's just like, "Is the doctor in?" The doctor is in 24 hours a day, like just like all the services of the Continental.
It's like, you think you guys can do anything about this? It's like, they're not miracle workers, sir. Like, like his bloody shirt.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, how good is your laundry? Not that good. Nobody's laundry is that good. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that character is great. Like the maitre d', you know, and he's in all the other movies. So.
And he's in The Ballerina, which they filmed before he passed away.
Oh man. Yeah, I think that actor's name was Lance, like Hendricks or something.
Lance Reddick, something like that.
Reddick, yeah. He's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But
He randomly voices Lex Luthor in the Kite Man show.
that is him, isn't it?
Yeah, they keep recasting that Lex Luthor for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I don't, like, what happened to Moff Gideon? What did he get too expensive?
Right, John Esposito, apparently. That's how,
Giancarlo Esposito?
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious because there's one or two characters that I guess in theory could pop up in part 5 if they wanted to. Like, we never see John Leguizamo after part 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't die, and I think he still had John Wick's car, so he could show up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
He might have the dog too. Someone who has the dog?
I don't know who has the dog, honestly.
It's the second dog, because at the end of this movie, he just steals a dog from a shelter.
You know what's weird? I've seen all the John Wick movies like more than once at this point, except for number 4. Like number 4, I've only seen once. So
I need to rewatch them all. And you know what? I think I'm gonna. 'Cause I watch part 1. I think I'm gonna watch 2 and 3. Go see the ballerina. Then watch part 4.
there you go.
And watch John Wick, I guess, not die.
Yeah.
Because the box office won't let him.
Yeah, seriously. It's like John Wick lives. I do wonder, like, each one has been, like, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Although it seemed like with number 3, they were trying to get away from that, because, like,
It's
number
chapter
3 has, like, a subtitle?
Yeah, it's John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum for some reason.
Yeah.
Breaks up the naming convention, and I don't like that.
Yeah, but then it was chapter 4, and then I don't know if number 5 would be, like...
Hey, it'll just be Chapter 5.
I hope it's just chapter 5.
Just stick with it.
Yeah.
We're fine.
It's like John Wick who lives.
They do seem to be sticking with From the World of John Wick.
Yeah.
Because though they're switched, they can't decide which way they want it to go. Because it was the Continental From the World of John Wick, but now it's From the World of John Wick Ballerina.
Okay. I guess they
Pick a lane.
They gotta keep John Wick in the top.
Yeah, they gotta. I mean, at the very least, he's in Ballerina, so there's that.
Yeah. It's kind of like corny though. From the world of John Wick. It's like, what is this? The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
They're not gonna say a John Wick story.
That's true. John Wick story.
A John Wick saga.
Yeah. John Wick saga.
Well, I don't know. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. That was a weird ass title.
That was a weird title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. From the World of John Wick.
it works.
Yeah. This world doesn't have any other name.
Yeah.
Not one that's like known.
I guess they were trying to make it like work with like, well, we'll call it the Continental, and maybe people know what that means.
No.
But no.
People see Continental, they think Continental Airlines and shit like that.
Yeah.
Continental breakfast.
I could go for a continental breakfast.
All right, here's a day old bagel and
Yeah.
a banana. It's
Yeah.
like, is the banana ripe? You overripe.
Here's some like
Here's some cantaloupe.
here's some scrambled eggs in a heating tray that have been out for like 2 hours.
Here's a box of Fruit Loops that expired yesterday.
Oh no. Expired Fruit Loops, flavor I know. Yeah. It's funny too, because like, this franchise, I would say like it's a pretty like, it's a hit, but like it's not like a mega hit. Like, these are not like, $1 billion movies where like everybody knows them.
No.
But like enough people know them that like they keep making them.
And they're inexpensive
Yeah.
because they're mostly practical effects. They're not over bloated. They'd be out of their damn mind to spend $200 million on a John Wick movie.
I mean, that would be weird.
No one should ever do that.
Just fights an alien or something.
No.
Something weird.
Look, if Keanu Reeves wants to do a movie where he fights an alien, cool. That character just better not be John Wick.
I mean, like, I think the only time I would, like, advocate for, like, John Wick, like, being inserted into a sci-fi situation is if, like, they worked out a deal where it's just like, we're doing John Wick Predator. And I'm like, okay.
I would accept that as a comic book only.
I guess as a movie it would be kind of weird.
It would be very weird.
Yeah.
But I'll read the comic if
The
they
comic
make it.
would work.
I'd read the comic.
Yeah.
Don't make it a movie.
Yeah.
No.
But
No.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Nah.
They're going to keep it.
Yeah,
to
Predator's
its own.
owned by Disney. They're not crossing over with anybody outside of Marvel Comics and
Sure.
when they get desperate enough, Star Wars.
It's in case of emergency break glass.
Yep. Predator versus Darth Vader.
Where's Predator? Planet of the Apes.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
It'd be interesting.
Doctor says, be like, oh no, the Predator.
Get him, gorillas.
Yeah. But anyway, John Wick is so awesome. It was so unexpected at the time. It was like, what the heck? Who made this movie?
I mean,
Keanu Reeves is cool again.
yeah, and like there's the other guy who's kind of co-directed it, but he's not credited.
Oh yeah, the guy that made like Bullet Train and stuff.
And Deadpool 2 and all.
Yeah.
And did he also do Atomic Blonde?
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah. He's carved out a nice little career.
Yeah. And I think he's the guy doing Highlander, or is it?
No, it's supposed to be Chad.
It's gonna be Chad doing Highlander.
Yeah.
I hope he makes Highlander. Chad has a lot of movies he's gonna make.
Well, I guess he's making...
almost like too many movies. I'm like, hey, slow down.
Well,
You got to make that Highlander movie and then go from there.
Well, first he had to fix the ballerina.
That's true.
Because apparently it just wasn't up to par.
Huh.
It's like these... No. We're known for our action scenes in this franchise.
I mean, I can appreciate the attention to detail, though. Hopefully it paid off, where he's just like, no. Like, it's my franchise.
I mean, he's been given carte blanche.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. The ballerina looks cool.
It does look cool.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
And Donnie Yen's making a spin-off of his character.
Right. His character had like a name like something like Kane or something, right?
Yeah,
like
I think it was Kane.
Or...
No, I think it was Kane.
It was Kane, yeah.
Bane, come on.
Bane? I don't know.
I must break you, John Wick.
It'd be funny if the character's name was Bane.
I mean, look, I'd watch John Wick fight Bane.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises Bane versus John Wick. That's actually a pretty even match.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not.
Oh, he's got a pencil!
Yeah. It's funny though, the ballerina in some ways, like, I'm excited about it, but I'm like, so they're pretty much making like the better version of the Black Widow movie.
Yes, but shh.
Don't say it.
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it feels like.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
It's kind of different.
I guess so, but
I don't know. I don't see Black Widow doing any of these things.
I know, but it is like, Russia ballerina, and that's like a thing with the Black Widow.
I guess.
But
nobody cares about that stuff anymore.
No.
Just ask Captain America.
That's true. But I don't know, John Wick movies, they're very cool. I love the secret world just because it's like something that like you could kind of like almost like buy into like, oh, this could be real, but it's not. But but like it is like so cool that you're like, man, what if this was real?
It's like light fantasy because it's not magical or anything. It's realistic, but it's fantastical in like an interesting way. It definitely led the door to a much more wider world because they did that. Whereas it could have just been a simple revenge movie about just like a retired hitman. Yeah. Going out and murdering people.
Exactly. But if you haven't seen it, go watch the John Wick movies.
You'll not regret it.
Yes. Like literally, like you get sucked into it so fast. Like I said, the beginning of the movie is like a little quiet, but
it escalates.
It ramps up pretty quickly.
And the sequels tend, at least there's a little bit of time between 3 and 4, but 1 leads right into 2, which leads right into 3.
It's true. I love the way 2 opens, with just him getting the car back. And
I love the way 2 ends with the everyone in New York being like,
oh yeah,
let's get him.
It's so good. But yeah, and I guess that's the Out of Touch podcast for this week. Go watch John Wick.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.